All right, hold on. Gotta get the thumbnail here. Gotta get a good one. Gotta make it look really torn up. Okay, so this right here is a piece of mail that I got recently, and it is shredded to bits. The cards are actually pretty fine, but today I just wanted to go over this package that you may get from time to time. And this is kind of like a PSA, really. So this is what the USPS Postal Service sends you if your package has been completely demolished through their sorting machine. The cards are actually good in here. I went through this already, and I took out the store's address and name and my name and my address and everything. This is just a learning experience for all you out there. I don't mean to name and shame, but long story short, from time to time you may get this when buying trading cards. So this is what happens when you don't put non-machinable stamps on a letter with like 20, 30 cards that you're sending out there, for, if you make any TCG player sales. So, long story short, what happens is you have a girth in the mailer that goes through this huge ass machine, and because it's so thick and much thicker than a normal piece of mail ever should be, the machine just eats it to shreds, and it gets caught up and it goes nuts and flies out there. And there's some poor guy at USPS who has to go into the machine or go outside the machine or whatever and pick up all the shards and put it in a little package like this and try to find the address, and then just puts it there and ships it out. Now, I have no fault on USPS. They do a great job. They have very good pricing, even though the pricing keeps increasing. They do a great job. This is not their fault at all. This is the fault on the individual who sends it out. And I want to go into that. And again, this is a learning experience. No harm, no foul, no big deal. So this is the end-all, be-all solution for this issue. So what this is called is a non-machinable stamp, right? It's called a dog face stamp. It's a butterfly. And it says non-machinable underneath the USA right there. And what that means is it doesn't go through the machine. Whoa! What a concept. Yeah, so if non-machinable stamps do not go through the big sorting machine, they are done actually by hand. Like a bunch of USPS employees do it by hand, and they sort it separately. So whenever you're sending out like probably 20 to 30 cards in an envelope like this, you definitely want to use one of these stamps, or maybe two of these stamps. They are a little bit more expensive, so these are like $1.30, I believe, maybe a little bit more or less. It's been a while since I've purchased these, but these can be a little expensive, but it's a good peace of mind. It makes you know that this isn't going to happen. And if you ever have a customer and you're selling cards and you're new to this, right? You may have people say, "Hey, I got one of these in the mail and it's shredded up." Like, this can happen. So I kind of want to go through it. So like, essentially, I bought just a bunch of random Majestics. This is the original stamps. You can see here, little school buses didn't make it out very well. It looks like just 3 regular stamps that went through the sorting machine, and this is all beaten to bits. I don't know what this red like paint is. That's definitely something. But yeah, you can see here. Oof. This is torn a bit. Now, this isn't too bad. I've received some cards in the past where the cards themselves are just torn in half. But these cards actually look fine. I'm not going to message the seller or anything. It's fine. No harm, no foul. I got the cards. But you can see on the back here, see how it like completely like tore shreds. Like, this is like, these are like kind of like teeth marks, if you will. This might be a better thumbnail. Like teeth right here. It hit this plastic, what is it, top loader, and these plastic top loaders are just terrible to send in this without the non-machinable stamp. It just eats through the machine. But that's interesting that you can see teeth marks. I didn't see that before. So yeah, it just completely shredded this letter overall. And yeah, I think they sent another one as well. This one doesn't have the teeth marks. I guess the other one went first. But yeah, you can see it just like completely like rips it up and tears open. So literally at the end of it, it's just like all these different pieces for this letter because the machine just bit it to bits. Now, I'll just read the thing on the back. And again, I don't blame USPS, you know, but it's funny. I always think at the back they say, "We care," and they do care. They sent it to me. They could have just thrown it out after it screwed up their machine, but they took the extra time to pull out the pieces from the machine and decipher where it went to, and oh, I got the shred that has the address, and you know, send it out to me. So I do appreciate it. But they say, "Dear valued postal customer, I want to extend my sincere apologies as your postmaster for the enclosed document that was inadvertently damaged in handling by your postal service. We are aware how important your mail is. With that in mind, we are forwarding it to you in expeditious fashion." Ooh. The United States Postal Service handles over 202 billion pieces of mail each year, which each employee makes a concerted effort to process without damage each piece of mail. An occasional mishap does happen. We are constantly working to improve our processing method so that these incidents will be eliminated. You can help us greatly in your efforts if you continually properly prepare and address each letter of the parcel that you enter into the mail streams. Basically, they're saying, don't be a cheap ass, just buy the fucking non-machinable stamp there. But they're saying it very kindly. We appreciate your cooperation and understanding, and sincerely regret any inconvenience that you have experienced. Your postmaster. It's a very, very kind letter from them. And again, this is not their fault at all. It again is the people who send them out. So just a PSA at the end here as well. Buy the dog face stamps when you're sending anything that has any girth to it. You really kind of have to do it your own. Send mail at your own risk. But personally, what I do is if I ever have cards that are like 8 or lower, I can send that in a normal stamp, and don't put the top loader. Never put a top loader. Never put anything that's like really hard. Don't put cardboard. Cardboard is also a huge no-no. You put it in a secure thing that is not too girthy, and it has a much higher chance of getting to the recipient. So just wanted to go over this. I think it's an interesting topic. It's not really discussed too often. And if you're in the seller's type of realm, this has probably happened to you. If you're in the buyer's realm of Flesh and Blood cards, it's probably happened to you. And it's just an interesting thing. But overall, has a very simple solution of just paying, a couple more quarters extra for the stamp, which allows you to get it there without going through the machine. So that's it. Thanks for watching.